George Washington did not say, "I'll die on my feet before I'll live on my knees." There is no known source of Washington saying this. Zapata, FDR, yes, not Washington. I have a rundown of sources on this on my blog, Millard Fillmore's Bathtub. The Internet is full of many false and unverified quotes. Make sure you are doing what God wants you to do, then do it with all your strength. A knowledge of books is the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. We have probably had too good an opinion of human nature in forming our confederation. Harrison's 8,400-word inaugural speech was the longest ever, while his 30-day presidency was the shortest. Heard the bullets whistle, and, believe me, there is something charming in the sound. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness.
Be not hasty to believe flying reports to the disparagement of any.
Show not yourself glad at the misfortune of another though he were your enemy. Speak not evil of the absent, for it is unjust. Harmony, liberal intercourse with all nations, are recommended by policy, humanity, and interest. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. George Washington famously warned against ungenerously throwing upon posterity the burden which we ourselves ought to bear. Let your discourse with men of business be short and comprehensive. War, an act of violence whose object is to constrain the enemy, to accomplish our will. Mankind, when left to themselves, are unfit for their own government. When we assumed the soldier, we did not lay aside the citizen. Laws made by common consent must not be trampled on by individuals. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. My first wish is to see this plague of mankind, war, banished from the earth. I'll die on my feet before I'll live on my knees. Decision-making, like coffee, needs a cooling process. A bad war is fought with a good mind. To encourage literature and the arts is a duty which every good citizen owes to his country. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind, than on the externals in the world. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. A sensible woman can never be happy with a fool. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. 99% of failures come from people who make excuses. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. My mother was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. All I am I owe to my mother. It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. It is better to be alone than in bad company.